Welcome, everyone. Happy to be back with you all again. So, last time we talked about all the essential oils that calm and relax the body, mind, and emotions. And so many of you also asked to know what essential oils will actually stimulate, enliven you, and wake you up. So, there's a lot of times where we're starting to get tired. Maybe we have a task to finish, or we're studying, or we're learning something new, and we're tired and we're under a deadline. And the essential oils can really help keep you awake, open up the mind, bring clarity to the brain. So we're going to talk about those oils this week. So first, let's talk about mental stimulation and the oils you're going to want to reach for when you're attempting to study or learn something new. Now, some of these oils are oils that have actually been tested on students who were studying for exams against a control group. And the group inhaling oils while studying had really astonishing results. So their ability to retain information while inhaling oils that were being diffused in the room where they were studying, their ability to retain that information was improved over the control group by 200%. And their test scores, when they actually were tested about that retention, were actually 54% higher than the group who did not use oils to study. So this gives extreme validation to the fact that essential oils will actually help in, one, allowing you to digest the information, but also to retain the information, because they're, as we've said before, the essential oils, and when you inhale them, it's the fastest way to affect the brain. So the ability to retain information and also to really take it in is greatly improved just by smelling oils. So the primary oil that was used in these tests was rosemary. Rosemary is known, it's called the oil of remembrance, and it brings mental acuity and alertness to the brain, which also enlivens the rest of our body and our emotions when we inhale the fragrance, as that limbic system has a direct effect on the emotions as well as the central nervous system, and all of the functions of the body are impacted when we smell that oil. So I would also add peppermint to that mix as well. Peppermint has a very strong minty fragrance that really wakes up the brain, and it brightens and brings clarity and focus to the brain in a really powerful way. When I was doing the clinical study with the elderly who had Alzheimer's and dementia, bear in mind that oftentimes, most oftentimes actually, people with those conditions actually lose their sense of smell. But the interesting thing is they still notice the effect of the oil in their brain. So I had a gal who had Alzheimer's, and she had lost her sense of smell, and she couldn't smell the oil, but she described how the oil worked in her brain. She said, "Oh my gosh, it makes my eyes open, and I feel really bright and really clean and really clear." And those are exactly the effects that peppermint have on the brain. And so peppermint and rosemary work in a very similar fashion in that way. And they're very synergistic when you blend them together, and even more potent when you mix them together as well. The other oils I would add to the equation are the citrus oils. Lemon, lime, orange, tangerine. All of the citrus oils are very uplifting to the spirit and the emotional body. They bring joy and happiness to the emotional body. And that's very uplifting for the brain and for the body. So, and plus they're so beautiful. They're so light, and they kind of dance inside your brain when you inhale them. All of the citrus oils are known for their antidepressant properties. And so they're the first oils I reach for whenever I just want to uplift and enliven my spirits and bring joy and happiness to my emotional being. And then lastly, I would also add clove oil, because it's a really good oil for stimulating and uplifting the emotions in the brain as well. So it's an essential oil you can reach for and inhale. If you didn't have rosemary and peppermint, you could also just reach for clove and take a couple inhales when you find yourself feeling a little drowsy or a little tired and you need to wake up. You're not quite ready to let go of the day yet. So I create a blend of a few of these oils and I carry them with me whenever I travel, especially when I'm on a road trip or going on a long drive. And I don't know about you all, but if I spend too many hours in the car towards the end of the drive, I just start to get a little tired. You know, you're opening up the windows or whatever it is. So if I bring a blend like this, what I do is I'll smell it and I'll put a little bit on me so that I can continue to smell it. And of course, that you're going to really want to dilute these oils because they're all very powerful for the skin and should not be used undiluted on the skin. But then I also like to put a few drops on a Kleenex and I stick that Kleenex in the air vents. And so as the air comes through the air vents, I'm actually diffusing the oils and the fragrance into the car. And so I notice as soon as I smell these blends, my eyes get wide. I'm like, okay, I can go for another hour. It helps wake up the brain so that you have a very safe and wakeful drive, right? So now you have the essential oils I'd recommend to balance out the calming oils we spoke about last week, and also to enhance any studying or learning or whenever you're really needing to focus your mind and enliven your body. So again, I invite you all to reply to the email, and if you have any burning questions or desires to know something that we haven't talked about already about aromatherapy and essential oils, just shoot us an email and ask your question, and you will definitely get a video directed towards your question. We've got quite a few more videos coming up because a lot of you have asked particular questions regarding your issues around essential oils. So we're really having a lot of fun bringing all this information to you, and I'm so happy we're all connected. So until next week, have a lively, uplifted week.